Hello and welcome. Chris from Missouri here, bringing you another video about vintage baseball cards. In this video, I'm going to show you some cards and tell you why I'm showing you those cards. But before we get to that, let me tell you who my sponsors are. That's right. I have sponsors. And those sponsors today are two other YouTube channels and a guy that's just wealthy. Wealthy just wants to be my sponsor. And those guys they are obligated to fulfill their contract by I don't know, by giving me half a pack of Skittles, some vanilla wafers now I'm accepting, or buying me a drink or splitting a drink sometime when they see me next. And those guys are one YouTube channel. He's been on for a little bit, and I like watching this channel. I like his background, and he and I share the love of this one kind of poster, and that's John P. Collects Cards, and he does this thing, 5 cards in 5 minutes, or 5 minutes 5 cards, and it's quick and it's good, and I like it. I like seeing the cards. The other sponsor of this video is Aaron Value Vintage Cards. Now this guy has a diverse collection, and he shows quite a bit of cards. Um, he does a combo, collaboration with Jason Everyday Card Collector, and you can see him on a lot of panels. He does have a really big array of different kind of cards. And last but not least, and I'm going to say his last name wrong, but it's Jim Gillum. And if you guys know Jim, he's at a lot of the bigger card shows and the gatherings and stuff. Matter of fact, he was a big help in Strongsville this past year, and helping with the meet and greet night and doing his thing. And I just appreciate him, and I haven't talked to him in a while, and I just want him to know I appreciate him being a sponsor of this channel. And by being that sponsor, you can reach out and text me sometime too. So those are 3 great people, two great shows, and 2 great channels, and just give them some support. Now, I'm going to give you an update on kind of what I'm going on, and giving you some days that you might want to mark on your calendar, especially if you're somewhere close. There's going to be 3 card shows that I'm going to in the next couple of days, or next couple of weeks, and I want to tell you about them. On 9, 6, 7th, and 8th, there's a show in St. Charles, and I'm going up there for sure with my friend Tom. And who I don't know who else we can muster up to go with us. We're going to go up on Friday and go there for a few hours on Friday. So if you're around, come up and say hi. Come, just stop me and say hi. And if you've been one of the sponsors, give me a half a Snickers bar or whatever you owe me. And then there's going to be a show that I should tout a little bit more, but I'm going to go to it just one day. It looks like I'm just going to go to it on Friday night this year, but it's the Westport show in St. Louis, and that's primarily a vintage show. It's not huge. You can make it around there easy, but you're going to look at some quality cards from some quality vintage dealers if you go to that thing. And there's some other stuff there as well, but there's still a lot of vintage there, that's holding on, and some really big time dealers. And so please come to that if you're somewhere close, and just come up and say hi to me. And last but not least, if you're listening to that and you kind of sell cards a little bit, kind of like I do, I'm setting up at a show in Columbia, Missouri on the 18th. That's Saturday. They've changed locations of this show, so make sure you get that information before you come here. But I'm setting up Saturday the 18th, along with my friend Coop and my friend Tom, and I don't know, trying to talk a few other Billy Ballgame and a few others. Hopefully they can set up too. If you know me and want to set up, or at least come sit by me, feel free to reach out. I might have a spot for you if you're wanting to try to sell your stuff, some stuff. But if you want to hang out all day, that's great too. So that's on the 18th. So get a chance to go to those shows, support those guys, and stop by and see me. So I'm redoing my card room. I told you guys I was doing that, and I really appreciate the fact that I get to see my stuff more and more. And I'm going to do a video of my card room when I get I got a piece that I've reached out to. I got a spot on the wall that I've reached out to Reindeer Studio to see if he had any ideas to fill, and he's going to give me an idea or two and come back. And when he does that, I'm going to show you a tour of my room. But I have showcases here and furniture that we made in our shop. And so I'm starting a business, another business with two of my co-workers that have so much talent and skill. We made ourselves a card cabinet, and I'm going to show it to you soon. It's like the Beast, but it's my version of it, and I've named mine as well. I'm gonna let you guys know about it, and when I do the video, it will mean more to me, and it will mean more to you if you watch my channel for a while. But we have card stands that we're going to sell that we make in our shop, or in a shop. We have furniture. I got a TV stand that matches my card cabinet, and it's it's also a bookshelf with my sports books in it. So I can't wait to do this tour with you so I can show you what I have and see maybe if you're interested in it. And I look forward to maybe bringing some brochures and some pictures to some card shows as well. But today I'm not trying to sell you anything because I have sponsors. Remember, I don't need to sell you anything. Now, I used to always do card inventory once a year. And, even when I didn't have graded cards, I did a form of inventory just to kind of remind me of what I had. Now that I collect cards and collect cards and sell and trade cards on occasion, I don't sell much. I haven't sold many cards this year, and it suffers in comparison to what I have spent. Holy cow! Some of my friends that I go to card shows with are not good role models. I'm just here to tell you. And I'm pointing at you, my friend Tom and my friend Coop. If you watch this, golly, I think I've been writing bad checks and hurrying up and getting back home and putting money in the bank before they bounce. But man, we're having a blast when we go to these shows. But so since I do that and trade cards, and we have trade nights, we have different things. I'm not near as good at keeping up with my inventory like some of you guys are. Some of you guys have it in 3 different spots. You write down what cards you have by hand, then you put them in the computer, and then you put them in Card Ladder or VCP, and you're just perfect with that. I know a couple of you that when you get a card, you go home right away and you enter it where it needs to be so you don't make mistakes. Well, I'm not that dedicated. And I don't know, sometimes I guess I enjoy doing inventory, but I just recently did inventory with a couple friends, and I'm glad I did, because I came across in my VCP 10 cards out of, that's not bad, but at least 10 cards that I had to delete out of my VCP because I didn't have. And but I also got to add 12 cards that I forgot to add. Either I was too excited or I couldn't find it in VCP and to add it. But I'm going to show you those. I'm going to show you 3 of those cards that I added. And these are cards I might have shown all 3 of these. I don't think I have. I know I've shown one of them. Well, I might not show them this card. I'm going to show you a Rogers Hornsby card, and it's 1922 E121 American Caramel. Now I'm going to show you, I know I showed you the one that the name was spelled wrong, but here's the one that the name is spelled correctly. And here it is, Rogers Hornsby. So I hope you can see that good. Hope there's no reflection, but I don't know. Because if you notice, my stuff's turned around the correct way because I've got the phone the correct way. Now the second card, I don't know why this wasn't entered, and I don't think I've shown it before because I have a new friend. And I said I was going to pick up, one of my goals was to pick up a friend this year, and I don't know. I think he's a friend now because he can call me up and tell me how ugly I am without me getting mad, or we kind of joke at each other. And I think that if I knew I had this card, I would have called my buddy Rob Cash Cards and bragged about this. So this is a 1921 W516-2 Eddie Roush hand cut. And I know I would have bragged to Rob about that had I, but I found it. I didn't have it in my VCP. And now I won't make the mistake of carrying my book around and see that card and say, well, I don't have it. I do now. I know I will. So I don't have to replicate that card. That's not a huge card, but it's a beautiful card. And last but not least, I just recently picked up this card, and I don't think I showed it on my channel or anybody else's channel that had me on, but I picked up this card, and I think I was just so excited to have it that I just skipped the step of putting it in my, putting it in VCP and putting it in my collection because I had this out the longest time. But I'm glad to add this. And this is a 1916 M101. You know that set if you're a vintage collector. There's a big card in that thing, right? Yeah. Tell me how smart you are on what card that is if you leave a comment, okay? But this is the M101 Walter Johnson. Now, that's a great card. He was a great player, but there's some bigger cards in that set. If you can look this up somehow, Google it, and you'll see how big a set that is. Now, those three cards, I had no records of them in my VCP, and so when I print off VCP and update my book and carry it around, I could have accidentally picked up one of those cards, and this might have saved me, by doing inventory. I have fun with it, and it also may have saved me some time eventually, saving me some money for sure. And so I'm glad to have that card. So, St. Charles on the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Westport show on the 10th, 11th, and 12th. Columbia show on the 18th. Come to that Westport show. Come to that Westport show. I think come to the Westport show. Mike Baseball Collector is going to join me there. I'm going to have some friends there as well. Not that Mike's not a friend, but I'm going to have friends along with Mike who's going to be there. Come shake Mike's hand. Lord knows he needs it for his ego. And, he's been down and depressed since I beat him in Showcase Showdown the last couple of times. And, check out my sponsors of this video. John P. Collects Cards, Aaron Value Vintage Cards, and Jim Gilliam. Now, guys, I'm having a blast. I thank you guys for watching this. By watching this, you're supporting my channel, and I appreciate you sacrificing some time. But, guys, remember, it's only a hobby. Collect what you like.